Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're gonna make some rainbow collage fodder. So today we're gonna make rainbow collage fodder, like I pulled in my Insta stories, and you guys said you would want to see that process. And so this is inspired too by Meghann from Meghann and the Moon and the Bohemian Fairy on Instagram. I should say also Jennie Mae June is another one, which is like the color is just like, you know, they're really sparking my creativity right now. So I want to give credit to them, and hopefully you guys can check them out too. We're going to use mostly paper, so any kind of paper that you want to edit or turn into a more colorful type of paper to use in your journals. And actually, let me just show you the steps, and then we can kind of do them together. So this is the initial paper that I made just using book paper. So I use pink and blue. I just love like these color combinations, not so much like blue but like a turquoise blue and like a pastel-y pink. So pretty. In some cases I made just simple shapes like these arcs. In other instances I just wiped paint on with like a plastic let me show ya. I just wiped paint on with like a plastic, I don't know what this is. You can use this probably like a credit card or gift card or something that is expired. Yeah, and I just did a combo of the three. It's the black, the blue, turquoise, and the pink. I have some of the fluorescent color on here from when I was swiping on the other pages. So this is step one. It's just getting paint on the paper. You want to use brushes or tools. I showed you the card. I like to use like 3 different types of brushes. I have like a scrubby brush that's like really just really messed up just for texture, a round brush, and then like a square or angled brush for like dashes and things. But I just swiped paint here, and then with the tip I just kind of scrape paint off to give it more texture. So that's basically all I did here. And I'm gonna save these because we'll do step 3 with these, obviously, because the ones we will make today are not going to be dry yet. But yeah, that's what they look like. And then, oh, in some cases I did shapes as well. And then I went on to swiping on neon paints. This is just like a cheapo set I got on Amazon. But what I did here was in one of the pages that I had already prepped with the blue, the pink, and the black, I went ahead and used the neon colors over it. And then here I just like crazy scripted some music lyrics, and the pens that I used are like a cheapo version of the Posca pens. Hold on. But I use these. They're like called paint markers. They're like super cheap, but I got all these in the same pack, and I think they were only like maybe $15. And you know, Poscas can be like $6 a piece or something, or $5 a piece. But because they're acrylic and the paint was still sort of wet on here, it reacted, and so the script kind of changes color. That was not on purpose. That was a total happy mistake. So yeah, I just, in some cases I use the paint markers to further outline things. In some cases I drew things on top of the shapes, but this is what gives it that like rainbow bright thing. Here I drew some evil eyes or evil eye charm thingies, and yeah, just continued on with the color explosion and neon. Here you can see more of where I scraped. I did some more script here in just a regular black pen. But yeah, super fun. And you can cut these up, and they just make fun little colorful additions to your collages. So let me put these to the side, and yeah, we can get started. The paint straight from the tube, and then I kind of use the cap to get the brush super saturated. And then here I'm just gonna start doing dashes. I'm not really thinking much in this process. This is just to kind of let go and just have fun with getting paint to paper. So yeah, we're just doing basic shapes. Think of this as like that writing where you're not really thinking. It's like subconscious writing. This is like subconscious, just mark making. For some reason, it just feels so like relaxing and just good for your soul, I feel like. So that's our first page, and I'm not going to worry about both sides because we're just going to be cutting this up and gluing down one side. So I'm going to limit myself to black for the sake of time. This is a good paper. I like the thicker, like the nice thick papers. Another shape that I really enjoy making are just like big donut circles like this. And you can make these with literally any kind of brush you want. I just happen to like this flat brush very much. It's nice and smooth. And obviously the thicker layer of a paint that you use, then the longer it's gonna take to dry for you. So just something to keep in mind if you are pressed for time. You can also use just like a heat gun to kind of dry it. I personally end up turning it on by mistake and it scares the crap out of me. So I just let this air dry naturally. And if your circles are like kind of scribbly like that, it's no big deal because when you scrape your neon paint over it, I'm hoping some of these will be dry by the time we do our third step. So that way you guys can see how the paint looks. But circles, another fun shape. We're gonna change brushes here. Just gonna rinse it. The next thing you can do is you can like swipe. So we can start swiping. For swiping, you can put your paint on the paper, or you could put it on the little plastic thing. I'm just gonna make little dots like that. And just swipe down like this. Okay, and then if you have extra sort of paint there, you can come back around this way and just haphazardly swipe wherever. And just because you put paint on one page doesn't mean you have to keep doing that page. You can do the next page. And this is super relaxing too and fun. This is kind of like when I use like gluing papers down to kind of just do something creative without too much thought. This is what that is, but the paint version, which is to me even more fun because you get to get your hands all messy and just, you know, have fun with it. So let's try another brush. I'm gonna try this. It's like a very sort of wonky round brush here, and I still have some paint, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just make some lines. Not really worried about if it's perfect, not really worried about if it's straight, if it's completely 100% visible all the way through. Right? Another fun shape for you to try, or pattern, I guess. Let's see. Let's move on to the other brush since we use that one. This one is very scratchy and messy. So X's are another fun shape that I like to play with. This paper is very fragile. You have to be careful with some of these papers. These vintage papers, they're so fragile. I'm gonna have fun with this rainbow paper. I'm just gonna do squigglies. Big squiggly worm. I'm running out of room here, so let me do one of these big guys. I wanted to do some more circles. Oh, this is a good paper. Like scratching little circles. Okay, again, they're not perfect, and that's fine. So in that quick time, about 12 minutes, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages worth of initial little patterns here. And so now we're going to move these off to the side, and we're going to bring in our pre-prepped papers. Okay, so here's the fun part. I'm going to take out all our colors. So basically, whatever color you want goes here. I don't restrict myself to like certain colors or combinations. I feel like all these colors go really well together. The only ones that I would probably not see as much contrast are these two, the blue and the purple, but the others, you know, are pretty great. So I'm gonna go with my favorite, and this time I'm gonna use my silicone wedge here. And in this case, I'm going to put the paint on my wedge like that. You could also do it on your page. You don't have to kind of follow what I'm doing here. Do your own thing. But we're just gonna start holding it and swiping. And then you could do like a alternate like this. And you can just clean off your paper on that. And then on the other side, I think I'm gonna go for like a watermelon thing here. And also, if you see like excess paint like this, you could definitely kind of wipe that off and just put it in the opposite direction if you wanted to. I really love this because it's like bendy. And then here, I'm gonna put the green on the page and then just start swiping. And you can even bring it across and mix the paints. And so that's our first paper, and if you have any excess, you can move on to your next page here. And then I'm just gonna run it along. Remember that some of these papers are very fragile, so you just wanna be careful. It's already looking great. So that's one. Is this one paper? Oh yeah, it is. It's just very fragile. So we already have one paper happening here, and then I feel like I could add something to this. Already it's got pink and blue, so I might not do that, but maybe like a bright yellow or maybe a purple, because yellow and green are pretty similar too. And this time I'm going to bring it across over here. Again, I'm just gonna swipe. You could do a thick layer, or if you wanted a thinner layer, a more transparent layer, you just squeeze down harder. So see how I have this remaining paint here? If I just go like this, it'll be a lot more opaque, but if I do this, it's a lot more transparent. So don't be afraid to play with the pressure too that you apply. So that's that one. I really like the black on this, and I feel like neon and black go really well together. So I'm gonna take a chance here and just do a big old glob of yellow paint. This highlighter yellow, loving it. I'm very much into this color right now too. Like that. And then we swipe down like this. And let some of that black out. Don't be afraid to kind of carve around your blacks or whatever color you want to see more of, and put the paint wherever you feel it would be most most in harmony with your page here. So that is paper number 3. So now we're going to move on to, oh, this isn't dry yet, unfortunately. I wanted to see if I could try and swipe on one of the ones we just did, but none of these seem, yeah, none of these seem dry just yet. So we keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see. Here we have a really fun arches paper. So on this one, I'm going to do some orange. Do some tropical vibes here. And let's do some blue. This blue isn't very neon though. It's kind of giving me varsity vibes, but it's cool. So we're just going to swipe down, you can swipe across, and with this, same thing, you can swipe up. You can kind of grab some and put it on this page, grab some of your blue, put it on this page. Just really kind of play with it. Some neon green still on there. And you know what? I think I will add some green on here just as a contrasting color. Let's put it over here next to this blue. It looks really good next to the blue, like this. And so now we've got a rainbow going on here. All right. And I think we are good. So now we're going to take some of our prepped paper. And this is when you can come back with a Sharpie or even like one of the Posca pens. The thing with, well, they're not Poscas, they're bootleg Poscas. But I feel like black would look really good against this green and blue. Here you can just do some mock. You can do hello. You can just do loop-de-loops, right? You can do something, a positive saying, right? Like maybe sunshine, yellow. You could do, this is the name of a song actually. A Door song, hello, I love you. You can do more loop-de-loops. Let's just finish off the loop-de-loops. It'll be fun later to see if you can find a word, but this is a finished page that you could use later. I feel like handwriting looks really cute when you like pop it in a background in a collage or something. And here I'm just gonna do hearts. They don't have to be perfect. So like this. And here I'm just gonna do arches. Maybe we could do a little heart in the middle. Like this. And so that's that. So as you can see, it's not very hard. It's super fun. It's good to get some paint out and squirt it on things and move it around and see what you get. And sometimes you'll get happy mistakes. Like with this one, I didn't know it was going to create this effect with the writing when I did it. So again, just experimenting, having fun with color, having fun with paint, kind of sparking that creativity. And that's it. That's the end of the video. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy, and pretty fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to check out those creators that I'm linking down in the description. I love you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.